2023, a new year for reviews and a new year for games, and there's a ton of new games coming out. You got Hogwarts Legacy, Atomic Hearts, that looks good, Skull and Bones, that might be good, the new Legends of Heroes, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, it's about time, and Final Fantasy 16, which is probably going to be my personal game of the year. And that's just naming a few. There's tons of games that are coming out this year that I didn't mention, and you guys are probably already going into the comments to tell me about. Like a certain Star Wars game I'm not looking forward to. A sequel to a game everyone seemed to love, but I did not. But this episode isn't about that game, but don't worry, that review is coming soon. There are a ton of other games I want to review and hopefully we'll get to this year, both new and old. And I'm not talking about any of them today! That's right, a month or two back I had a poll going. After reviewing several new games, I wanted to have a break of game reviews and review a movie instead. With the poll asking which one did you guys want to see. And hopefully this movie review goes a lot easier than the other two I did. And the votes are in. Today I'm going to be reviewing Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. Seriously? Seriously, you guys wanted this movie? Not Jaws 5? Not that World War II training video about how to be a spy?
What's your name?
Albert Horn,
Where are you coming from?
the farm near Faubourg.
A farm, huh? You don't look like a farmer.
I'm not. I was evacuated after being bombed out of a hospital in Faubourg.
Oh. Where are you headed?
Enemy town?
Not even the first few episodes of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime? Oh, but this is what you guys want to see? Square's first feature-length film? Well, alright, the people have spoken, so let's talk about the backstory a bit first. Before they were known today as Square Enix, they were in fact two different companies, Square and Enix, with Square being most known for the Final Fantasy games, Chrono Trigger, and the Secrets of Mana games, and Enix being known for their Dragon Quest games, and also the Japanese-only game, Door Door. At about the start of the year 2000, both companies were facing financial problems, with Square opening up a movie studio in 1997 to make a movie based on the Final Fantasy series. This movie in particular. After 4 years of going over budget, greatly exceeding the original budget due to increasing costs, they also partnered with Columbia Pictures, this movie being the first animated movie Columbia worked on since Care Bears 2 in 1986. I don't know, it was just a thing I read. This movie is also considered the main reason for Square's eventual downfall and merging with Enix to form Square Enix, with Square being absorbed into Enix and a lot of the staff leaving to go form their own companies. So what is this movie even about? Well, let's just check the back of the box and see. The year is 2065 AD. The Earth is infested with alien spirits, and mankind faces total extinction. Led by a strange dream and guided by her mentor Dr. Sid with an S and not a C like Sids are supposed to be, scientist Aki Ross struggled to collect the 8 spirits in the hopes of creating a force powerful enough to destroy the alien presence and pure enough to protect the planet. With the aid of the Deep Eye Squadron, Aki must save the Earth from its darkest hate and unleash the spirits within.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Man, that just screams Final Fantasy, doesn't it? Oh well, let's just get right on to the movie. So the movie starts with, yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. We have this lady stepping on some bones and this ripple effect and then nothing. Wait, that was a dream? What the fuck? Then, like probably every other video game movie around at this time, narration.
Every night, the same dream. The same strange planet. It's been 34 years since they arrived on this planet.
Who?
And not a day passes that the survivors, forced to live in barrier cities, do not live in fear.
Why?
I have vowed to end that fear.
How?
My dreams hold the key.
How?
The question is, will I be in time to save the Earth?
What? So, this is our main character, Aki Ross, played by Ming-Na Wen, and I apologize if I mispronounced it. She was also Mulan in the good version, and Chun-Li in the live-action Street Fighter movie, and also Fennec Shand in Star Wars. And she's floating in space, looking for something to defeat a thing to save humanity. And that quest leads her to Old New York City? Wouldn't it just be called Old York City or New York City Ruins? Also, really? New York in a Final Fantasy movie? And yeah, I know not all Final Fantasy games are set in a fantasy-themed world, but having a real-life city in Final Fantasy just doesn't seem to fit, does it? I'm just saying, I don't remember Cloud and the gang going to Times Square to fight Ultimate Weapon. Also, having a destroyed New York City about 2 months before September 2001. Fucking whoops! And so she lands in Old New York City, and is it really necessary to land near a bunch of cars, or did you really want to get that cool shot in? She shoots a flare up into the air to detect invisible creatures called phantoms, and man, I sure am hungry for a Pepsi right now. So yeah, anyway, she shoots up these flares that are energy detectors or some shit because of these guys. But soon, Aki has a run-in with the Baldwin Brigade. They shoot Jello into the ground to cushion their fall. I don't think that's how physics works, or if that's even a better alternative to just rappelling down from the helicopter, but we never see them use this again in the movie, so who cares. These guys come in just in time to save Aki, who runs off and the military guys pursue.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
There's a life form in here.
There hasn't been life here in years.
Well, there is now.
Life form or not, I'm taking you in.
Fine, arrest me. But I'm not leaving without that life form.
It's gonna be one of those days.
What, do you normally get people entering restricted areas for supposed life forms?
I understand that.
It's in bad shape.
Oh, please. Tell me we're not risking our necks for this plant.
I wouldn't even call it a plant. It's a weed.
I wouldn't even call it a weed.
I'm going to extract it.
Miss, that's a minute we do not have.
Hold on, a minute ago you were here to arrest her,
This is a restricted area. Do not move.
but now you guys are just calling her ma'am and following her to the plant? And really, that's the life form you were coming for? Why?
We're surrounded. No shit!
Also, I like how there's this epic score put right in here to make us feel good about this currently nameless guy getting up at the last minute.
Come on! I got you! You okay?
The members of this group is Jane, voiced by Roz from Frasier.
I know you're not a man.
I think you're an idiot too.
Very funny.
Ryan, voiced by Marcellus from Pulp Fiction, and also Cobra Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch, and Steve Buscemi, who is honestly too good for this movie.
That's probably about it, Captain. These machines are suspected of causing sterility, and I want to have a little Neil Jr. calling me daddy someday.
That's a spooky thought.
Why are you always busting my chops?
People, let's just do this thing, all right?
They're led by Captain Alec Baldwin, who's playing as, let's face it, Alec Baldwin. So Baldwin apparently knows who Aki is, and despite her apparently having a high rank, he explains it doesn't give her clearance to enter without approval or troops to guard her.
Can you give me one good reason why I shouldn't arrest you?
I am Dr. Aki Ross. I have clearance to be here.
Not unlimited clearance and not without authorization.
Why is this place restricted?
Well, nobody asked you to save me.
I don't believe this. You have not changed a bit.
Gray.
And yeah, apparently Aki and Alec Baldwin were a couple. After landing in current New York City, which I don't know why you would name your bubble cities like that, the group has to go through a scan for some reason.
Looks like you've gained some weight.
It's called upper body strength, Neil. Get a girlfriend.
I'm working on it.
I know my security rating allows me to bypass this.
Wait, so you have high enough clearance that you can just bypass an important looking security check like this? How the hell could you get clearance for that? That just seems like a huge security hazard. But they probably have this set up so we can have this scene.
Oh, shit.
Captain!
They got him.
There must be a mistake. You came in contact with the Phantom, sir.
Wait, Alec Baldwin is infected with one of the Phantoms? What? Are they a plague? When the fuck did he get infected?
What level is he?
Blue, it'll be code red in 3.5 minutes.
We have to treat him, now.
Here, you've put me in a tough situation. I can't honestly decide whether to say duh, adoy, or a very sarcastic, oh, really? My God, Fiona.
I think this scene is mostly here to show that Aki knows what she's doing, because this scene kind of serves no point. Except, I guess, to have her not do the scan for a reason that is revealed to us a little bit later. But for now, medical action!
I will save this patient!
Hurry, Doctor!
Jesus, look at that thing.
How much more time?
Not enough. When he reaches Code Red, the treatment shield won't be able to hold the alien particles.
We're running out of time!
Okay, what the actual fuck is going on right now? This is the most confusing game of Dr. Mario I've ever seen. Well, his left lung might have collapsed from that laser, but he's gonna make a full recovery.
Are you all right?
Yeah, but the military's impounded my ship.
What's with her?
What's with her and the captain?
What's with her and that stupid plant? What?
Ah, Steve Buscemi, you're one of the best things in this movie. So, Aki gets back to Dr. Sid and they start working on the plant.
Forward me the phantom data and everything regarding the 5 spirits collected so far.
Yes, Doctor.
Wait, hold up. You guys already have 5 spirits? Why? Why start the movie in the middle of the quest? You know, they didn't start Lord of the Rings with the Battle of Helm's Deep, or Star Wars in Episode 4. Okay, bad example. But my point still kind of stands. We're 6 out of the 8 needed spirits, and we have no idea what the fuck spirits are as of this moment.
Your little scene today broke nearly every protocol.
How long do you think this would have survived outside the barrier?
Aki, you know there are elements in the council and military just waiting for an excuse to shut us down.
Look, 20 years ago, who discovered this energy in the Phantoms? You.
Aki, that's not an answer to his question.
And who proved the same energy source existed in humans and every life form? You. You made it possible to harness that energy for Ovopack, scanners, even the barrier.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Sid helped create all the tech they have to help protect the people from the Phantoms by discovering energy in both the Phantoms and the people, and was able to harness it. And you guys have 6 out of the 8 needed pieces to finish this big project you have, and you're worried that the government's going to shut you down? So the next few minutes is a huge exposition dump that just raises more questions than answers, honestly. This also seems to be the closest thing this movie gets to being Final Fantasy-like, by the way. Talking about life having spirits and being connected to the earth and all that mumbo-jumbo.
What is this?
Read.
All life is born of Gaia, and each life has a spirit. Each new spirit is housed in a physical body. Dr. Sid.
Remember what happened to Galileo? They threw him in jail because he said the Earth was not the center of the universe.
Well, actually, Galileo was just put under house arrest in his villa by the church until his death, and all of his publications denied and barred from being published. Now, I know someone would probably say potato potato, but I would argue being house arrest in your nice big villa surrounded by your family was a lot better than living in a prison in the 1600s. Also, Aki just said you were a renowned scientist to help make a lot of the technology you guys use today, so really they should be okay with it, or at least just humor you with your harebrained idea. And Aki has another dream sequence, something that happens multiple times throughout this movie, but they never really explain what's happening. Also, they apparently messed this shot up, which is extremely noticeable. The camera's supposed to fall into her eye, but they apparently missed. It's an animated movie, you couldn't have found a way to make this better. Literally, every time these dream sequences happen, they don't explain anything, and you're kind of stuck having to guess through it if the characters don't mention it later. So, there's a council meeting, and...
Ladies and gentlemen of the council, could you please explain why? Zeus was completed a month ago.
Oh look, James Woods voicing an obviously evil character.
General Hyde, calm down. At our last meeting, we voted 6-2 to postpone using the Zeus cannon to attack the Leonid meteor.
Oh look, Keith Davis voicing a character who's generally badass because they're voiced by Keith Davis. So, James Woods is at the council meeting, pushing for the use of the Zeus cannon. You know, Zeus, the deity that's not in a Final Fantasy game. They named a cannon in a Final Fantasy movie after him, instead of, I don't know, Ramuh, the fucking thunder summon, who attacks is known as Judgment Bolt, who is almost in every fucking Final Fantasy game. Hell, if you wanted to name the canon after a god in real-life mythology, you could have just named it the Odin canon. Odin's a summon as well. Sure, he doesn't look anything like what Odin is usually depicted as in Norse mythology, but the space canon doesn't look anything like Zeus is portrayed as anyway. Or did they name it after Zeus because it's going to force penetration into something? And yeah, this guy is obviously the villain. He's voiced by James Woods, which should give it away immediately, but he also's got the slick back hair and is wearing all black, and is pushing for the use of the Zeus canon, which was postponed.
At our last meeting, we voted 6-2 to postpone using the Zeus cannon to attack the Leonid meteor.
Wait, if the vote wasn't even that close, how did you get to making it in the first place? James Woods wants to use the cannon to destroy the meteor, but Dr. Sid speaks against it, saying it could damage the Earth.
And what exactly does that mean, Doctor?
It means there's a very good chance the beam from the Zeus cannon will burn the phantoms in the meteor.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now, however, it also means that the beam energy may be too strong, injuring the Earth.
Which, okay, that's a reasonable concern, but one, you don't know that for sure, and these things have been killing you for 34 years, so don't you think that's a little bit worth the risk? And two, why the fuck did you waste money making this thing if you're not going to use it?
Injuring the Earth.
Injure the Earth? You mean the Gaia?
I mean...
You mean the spirit of the Earth?
Yes.
No, Sid, you mean the Earth. This is the year 2065, and they should be well aware of environmental issues. And you should also know that bringing up the spirit of the Earth would damage your credibility here.
What are you doing?
I know what I'm doing, and whatever you do, keep your mouth shut.
Did you come here just to talk about some Gaia theory? To tell us that planet is alive? That it has a spirit?
Well, yeah. I mean, not alive like you or me, but the environment is a thing, and launching an orbital cannon strike into the surface could damage the environment, which is something you should put into consideration. But you know, before you make the fucking cannon!
It is not a fairy tale. It is true.
So, if I point a gun at the Earth and fire, I'm not just making a hole in the ground, I'm killing the planet.
No, you're just putting a hole in the ground. Firing an orbital laser that hasn't been tested, you could put a really big hole into the planet that could lead to problems, but again, we don't know that for sure.
Dr. Sid, the Gaia theory has not been proven.
Even if Gaia does exist, won't we still have to remove the phantoms? I think if there's any chance of success, we should take it.
Finally, a politician that's speaking some fucking sense.
Don't you agree?
Well, of course I do. But there is an alternative to the space cannon.
Another method?
What? Fucking lead with that, dude.
The Zeus cannon is a proven, effective weapon. It will kill phantoms.
Fucking what? When was it proven to be effective? You just said it was made a month ago and it's been put on hold till now.
Could you please explain why? Zeus was completed a month ago.
How the fuck do you know it's effective? With what testing did you do? And if it's effective, why was the use of the cannon postponed? So, Aki and Sid claim that if they get 8 different spirits of the Earth, they can use the frequency to destroy the phantoms without damaging the Earth.
There is evidence. Our partially completed energy wave has successfully stopped phantom particles from spreading through a terminally infected patient. But we've succeeded in containing the particles safely inside the patient.
Where is the proof?
Yeah, and where's the fucking proof that the cannon works, you idiot? Yeah, I'm not saying that the cannon wouldn't work. In fact, I believe the cannon can do something over the fucking Care Bear stare that Dr. Sid is theorizing. But what's wrong with giving them a month or so to do it? And if they fail, nuke it from orbit. That's the only way to be sure. I know these phantoms are dangerous and all, but we don't have any evidence that humanity's on the brink of extinction. Like, how many are dying on a daily basis with the phantoms running around? If there was like a deadline, like if they theorized if they don't do something in a month or two, the phantoms will overrun and kill everyone on Earth, that would be one thing. But no, we're not given that. There is a bunch of these cities around with people in them, so maybe just cool your murder boner, dude.
Here.
So, because Aki has a phantom in her boob or something, that bought them enough time to finish their project. We're not given any time frame of how much they have, but I could guess a month since it seems like that's how often they have a meeting.
But I wonder at what cost.
Doctor, I can't keep hiding in the background while you protect me. I want what life I have left to mean something. Who is that girl
Right, stop that. You're not going into a song while I'm here.
Aki and Baldwin then have a bit of dialogue about their past and the other 5 spirits that Aki collected before this movie.
So the first spirit wave was me. The second was a fish. The third was a deer I found in a wildlife preserve outside Moscow. The fourth was a bird. Ever tried to track a sparrow from outer space? It's no fun.
You know, it probably wouldn't really have added too much of the runtime if we could see Aki collecting the other 5 spirits.
Fifth was a little girl, dying in a hospital emergency room.
Oh, that might have put the mood down a little bit, but still.
I told her everything had a spirit, just returning to the Earth spirit, to Gaia. She told me that she was ready to die.
She saw the script of this and accepted her fate.
You don't believe any of this, do you?
I just... Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Okay, so this is a bit of a weird scene transition. You see this elevator that Aki and Baldwin are in right here, and this building here. Now, I assume that the next scene is in this building, and I assume it's right when this scene happens. But nope, here's Baldwin. So yeah, this scene is happening at a later time, right? Or is this one of the other Baldwin brothers, like Steven? God, I hope it's not Steven. So, James Woods is tasking Baldwin and his Baldwinettes to guard Aki as she heads off to the wasteland and report any abnormal behavior because she has a phantom inside her and they don't really know if it's affecting her in any way.
She's had prolonged exposure to phantom tissue. If this begins to manifest itself in any way, Dr. Ross is to be placed under arrest.
It is, in fact, for her own good, Captain.
Of course, sir.
Are we clear?
Crystal.
And you know what? That makes sense. I can't wait to see how they twist this to make James Woods look like the bad guy. So Aki is having another dream, and okay, what the fuck is going on? So a thing drops and then these snoot monsters come out, and while some more snoot looking guys start running towards these snoot things. And they're attacking each other, and what the fuck is going on? Now she's in the middle of them all, and then she collapses. So the group is heading to Tuscan, and okay, what's with the goofy head where, what, is the mankind look huge in the military in the future? Actually, I think it's just so we can tell the good guys apart from Biggs and Wedge over here that James Woods is also sending out. And no, they're not called Biggs and Wedge. That would just connect this movie to Final Fantasy too much.
If we drop energy buoys here, here, and here, we should be able to land, acquire the target, and get out before the Phantoms even know we were there.
And the buoys will attract the Phantoms.
Yeah.
For a while.
Okay, but how do they attract the Phantoms? Are they attracted by electricity or sound?
Looks like they've taken the bait.
Well, yeah, but why are they all different? Like, that's a flying snake, and that's like a giant lobster or something.
This was the Phantom cleansing mission. It was supposed to end the war. My father's in here somewhere.
Well, that's enough backstory out of you. At least that's more backstory than what Raz and Buscemi get. But really, this is the spot that was supposed to end the war. We find out later where the meteor is, and it's nowhere near this spot, so how the hell was this supposed to end it all?
A survivor,
What's it doing out here?
hoping for life to return.
Is that our spirit, Doc?
No.
But wait, why isn't that the spirit? It's a living thing, isn't it?
You're not gonna tell me it's him.
That's impossible.
It's not the soldier, it's his overpack.
What?
And to create that energy, we use living tissue, single-cell organisms.
You're telling me his backpack is the seventh spirit?
Yes.
This makes no sense, and yet it's working.
What? How the fuck does this work? What are the rules for these spirits? How can a battery pack be a spirit? Yeah, I know she says they use organic material to power them, but that doesn't mean it's a living thing. And why that and not the bird from earlier? And why not any other battery pack they currently have? It has to be this specific pack that's been sitting here for years and definitely doesn't work anymore? But oh no, the Phantoms come back to attack, taking out Nameless Goon number 1, who just stood there. Good work there, guy. And Aki faints. Apparently her just being there is what's attracting the Phantoms, but God forbid they actually establish that besides like a throwaway line.
Something
Something's attracting them.
So now they have to flee by Air Buscemi, while James Woods' guys think now's a good time to be idiots.
Your orders, sir.
What the hell's going on here?
Dr. Ross is to be taken into custody now, sir.
They immediately bring out their weapons. Why? Because a civilian fainted during a battle? They weren't the ones to bring up the idea that she was the one attracting the Phantoms, and it's never brought up again after that one line, so what the hell? And what, they think they can take on the other three? Meanwhile, Aki is having another dream that again doesn't really explain anything. There's a nuke-like explosion, but again, I don't really know the context on what's happening, and she jolts up awake.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant well, 'cause you did.
Oh no, goon number 2 is gone. Oh no, I knew so much about him.
The Devi's are returning from the wasteland, sir. Apparently, there was an incident.
Yeah, Corporal Dumbass and Sergeant Hairtrigger decided to fuck up the whole operation. Why did we even send them?
It would seem the Phantoms were attracted to Dr. Ross. The crew barely escaped with their lives.
The crew barely escaped because the guys you sent decided to become trigger happy for some fucking reason.
Issue an order. I want Edwards and Dr. Ross placed under arrest. All research materials pertaining to Dr. Sid's wave theory are to be confiscated immediately. By tomorrow morning, the council will be at our feet, thanking us for exposing the traitors in our midst and imploring us.
Okay, so because the Phantoms are attracted to Aki, that somehow makes them all traitors? Really? Aki is dying, and to save her, they need to put the seventh spirit in her, with Alec Baldwin being the tether to keep her in this world, or some bullshit, I don't know. This scene is probably only here to further the romance subplot. And now he's in the dream world with Aki.
Something you should see here, sir.
And I am watching what, Major?
It seems Dr. Ross has been recording her dreams.
And why would I be interested in her dreams? This is it. This is our evidence. She's under the influence of the Phantoms.
Okay, 1, how the fuck was she able to record her dreams in shitio like this? And 2, how does this show that she's under the influence of the Phantoms? There's no evidence that those are Phantoms. None of them look like flying snake, giant lobsters, or spiders.
Dr. Ross's dream should be all the council needs to authorize the firing of the Zeus cannon.
Fucking what? I honestly don't understand any of these dream sequences, and I feel like I say this every time they show up. So, this is like a civil war or an invasion or something, and it ends up with them firing nukes all over the planet, which for some reason has the fucking planet explode, and the meteor being a chunk of the planet that was sent towards Earth.
I know what the Phantoms really are.
Nobody move! You're all under arrest!
My wife and daughter were killed by Phantoms when the San Francisco barrier city was attacked. Did I ever tell you that?
And here's what my wife and daughter looks like upside down.
That must have been like seeing everyone around you fall over dead for no apparent reason. Touching you. Reaching.
Should we be here for this, sir?
You know what must be done.
Ready.
What's happening? Major, arrest these men.
You,
take it easy.
Okay, so James Woods went from show the council the dreams to sway their votes to use the cannon to start a motherfucking coup in the city and lower the shields to let Phantoms in to attack the city to scare them into making them choose the cannon. That's a pretty big fucking leap in the span of a few minutes, dude. I don't know, maybe a scene in between the last one and this one showing the council still voting to wait to use the cannon would have helped, but whatever, let's let a bunch of innocents die. So Aki and the others get arrested as well, and Aki starts putting everything together.
Alright, why do you think we've never been able to determine a relationship between the human-sized Phantoms and the giant ones roaming the wastelands?
Excuse me, Doc, but what friggin' relationship?
Yeah, what relations? And what human-sized Phantoms? We've only seen the big one so far.
I mean, you got your human-sized phantoms, and your creepy caterpillary phantoms, and your flying phantoms, and let's not forget my personal favorite, the big fat giant phantoms.
Damn it, Steve Buscemi, you're easily one of the best parts in this film.
I think the giant ones are like our whales or elephants.
But why would an invading army bring a bunch of whales and elephants along for the ride? Unless their ship was some kind of a crazy Noah's Ark?
We have always assumed that the meteor was intended as a form of transportation.
Why the fuck did you think a meteor was a transport?
It wasn't.
The meteor is a chunk of their planet that got thrown into space when they destroyed their world.
But how could they survive the trip across outer space on a hunk of rock?
They didn't.
This is all beginning to make a creepy kind of sense.
Oh, does it? Does it really, Steve Buscemi?
They're not an invading army. They're ghosts.
Yeah, no fucking shit, they're ghosts. What do you mean you thought they were an invading army? They go through walls, they disappear and fly. They're much more unique than the other guys. Hell, you've been calling them phantoms this whole time. How did you not once think of this?
Sir, I have numerous phantom contacts.
Well, of course you do.
Outside of Sector 31, sir, and moving at incredible speed.
Major, what the hell is going on here?
They cut the power.
What do you mean they cut the power? How could they cut the power, man? They're animals.
They're in the pipes. They're moving with the bioetheric energy flow.
That's impossible. No living thing could survive in those pipes.
Huh, it's almost like they're fucking phantoms or something. Seriously, you guys couldn't have think of like a different name to call them? So, James Woods' plans go awry when several more phantoms than originally thought start flooding into the city. Gee, it's almost like this was a stupid idea.
20 meters.
They found a way in. Something we missed.
We didn't miss anything. 12 meters. 11. 10.
Then they're right on us.
9 meters. 7. 6.
Can't be. That's inside the room.
It's reading right, man. Look.
Well, you're not reading it right.
5 meters, man. 4. What the hell?
So, the city is now falling apart, and Steve Buscemi continues being the best thing in this movie.
Now you're a man. Think.
Captain, these walls are titanium alloy, and the bars are pulsonic lasers. I mean, it's not like I can just wave a magic wand and... Whoa.
Neil, I'm impressed.
That makes 2 of us.
Oh, look, the human-sized spirits. There they are. I guess since we know who these guys are, now they can make an appearance.
What's happening? Why can we see them now?
Must be carrying a residual charge from passing through the barrier.
Using multimodal reflection sorting.
Also, you've kind of been able to see them for a while now, haven't you? The group gets on a Warthog, and they have a last level on Halo 3 to get the Aki ship, and it's near the end of the movie, so a lot of people are probably going to start dying soon.
Now what?
We're going through the station.
What?
Captain,
What
with
are
all
we
due
doing?
respect.
Excuse me,
The
Captain.
station. We're going through it.
It's the only way. So I gather this will be somewhat of a rough ride.
Doc, you've got a talent for understatement. Hang on, everybody!
Oh no, we gotta drive right into the big Phantom. If only we had a fucking railgun in the back of this vehicle like the one Roz was using 2 fucking minutes ago. But sure, driving off the bridge and critically injuring one of you is the better option.
God, talk to me, Sarge.
Ouch! We're risking further injury. We need the proper tools to cut him out.
They're in my ship.
No, Doc. No drugs. Captain?
You heard the man. We'll be back for you, Sergeant. You hear me?
I hear you, Captain.
So they leave him to definitely die while they head towards the ship, and split up, with Roz having to get the fuel packs and Alec Baldwin going to the air tower to, I don't know, okay the launch. Steve Buscemi was prepping the ship, but the ship is now stuck on something, so Steve and Roz decide that they lived enough in this movie and go out to get rid of it. Oh no, Steve Buscemi's dead. Oh no, Roz is dead. Oh no, that guy they left to die died.
Over here, you son of a bitch!
So what creature is that exactly? Is that like our elephants? You know, maybe if we actually spent time to know everyone instead of just making them background characters, we would have felt something with their deaths. You know, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but did you notice how not Final Fantasy this is? And now they're in space, looking for the last Phantom, and yeah, well, if my entire squad died right in front of me, that would put me in the mood too.
The impact crater.
That's a strange place to find the Eighth Spirit.
Yes, really, quite. Which suggests that the Eighth Spirit is a Phantom Spirit. I can't explain it at the moment, but...
Well, you see, I can't explain it right now because the writer sure as hell didn't bother to.
That's a one-way trip.
Yes, I expected that's how you would evaluate our chances.
But am I wrong?
No, I agree. We probably won't live long enough to extract the Eighth Spirit.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, this sounds like a stupid plan, and maybe you should have gone with the Zeus cannon.
Then why should we even try it?
Because we don't need to extract the Eighth Spirit.
If we can't bring the final spirit here, we can go there and complete the wave inside the crater.
Yes.
Wait, why can't you guys just wait for another compatible spirit?
Cleared for docking through 01 Alpha.
Oh, come on, even James Woods' ship looks evil. So, with the Council's decision to give James Woods access to the cannon, Keith Davis gives him the code and then promptly leaves to go be in better movies.
Prepare to fire the cannon.
The target, sir?
The Phantom Crater.
Okay, wait. The Phantom Crater is in the Caspian Mountains, according to this text here. The Caspian Mountains, or what they're actually called, the Caucasus Mountains, are above and a little to the right of Turkey and right below Russia. So, any reason why it's pointed at South Africa? Why wasn't it just always pointing at the crater? And why the fuck did you need to ask what the target is?
The target, sir?
So what, do you think he was just going to change his mind and attack Mount Olympus? The whole reason why you guys made this fucking cannon was to shoot the meteor. So, Aki and Baldwin head towards the Spirit, while James Woods starts shooting at the meteor.
In range.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
What was that?
It's the Zeus!
Zeus! Is this how you face me, coward?
The Eighth Spirit has been destroyed.
Oh no, the Spirit is destroyed, so I guess we're just gonna have to head out of the blast radius and wait until this blows over and find the next Spirit, right? James Woods firing into the meteor is making a proto-phantom that's producing more spirits somehow, and is also making the cannon overheat.
General, the system is overheating, sir.
We're going to hit it again and again and keep on hitting it until it's dead.
But sir, we're not even sure if it's having any effect on the creature.
No effect. We've got them on the run, soldier.
Evacuate? In our moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances.
And James Woods is just content with continuously firing and doesn't even consider letting this thing cool down a bit because, let's face it, he's nuttier than a Reggie bar.
What the hell is that? That's not what I think it is it?
Yes, it's Gaia.
Wait, that's Gaia? It's right there. The entire time, that's the Earth at the top of a mountain range.
That's it. A phantom must have changed into the Eighth Spirit when it touched a new life born from our own Gaia. If so, it would have been given a different energy signature that set it apart from the other phantoms. Oh,
You two could not have hoped for a better location to find a new compatible spirit.
Actually, I think a spirit away from the Phantom Source would have been a better choice, but whatever ends the movie quicker, I guess.
Doctor, it's getting crowded in here. Aki, we don't have much time. Aki! Aki!
Really? You fell asleep during this crucial time? What the hell, Aki? Oh goody, one last dream sequence and what? What the fuck?
I have it.
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you have?
hear me, Sid? The wave pattern is complete.
Yes, I read you. This is wonderful. Oh, my word. I see now. I understand.
Well, I don't understand. What?
Oh look, I finally agree with Baldwin on something. Oh, what the hell is going on? So Aki has the 8th spirit because... Grimace is purple, I don't fucking know. And seriously, is he fucking the canon?
It must be done.
And so James Woods blows himself up. Oh no, what a tragedy. It could have been completely avoided. And Alec Baldwin sacrifices himself instead of Aki, because we can't have the main female lead take charge. When has a character voiced by Ming Yang Wen ever saved the day?
No, this is man's work.
And that's it. The Phantoms are no more. Sid, who, by the way, this entire review I accidentally typed his name with a C before having to change it up with an S, walks up to the crater, and then a bird flies by. The end. So that was Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, and holy fuck, that was bad. Seriously, I watched this movie twice, and each time I had a massive migraine trying to understand what the fuck was going on. The writing is terrible. Not helped by the choice of voice actors, Steve Buscemi and James Woods being probably the best, along with Keith Davids and Donald Sutherland, but those two are awesome in everything they're in, so that doesn't really count. The movie makes no fucking sense, and oh yeah, did I forget to mention this has no connection to anything Final Fantasy? Which is kinda sad and amazing considering that the creator of Final Fantasy directed this. And yeah, I know, not all the Final Fantasy games are connected in the same universe, but at least they have like themes and names that are the same, so that kinda connects with each other. Sid's the only thing I can think of in this movie that's an actual connection, but again, they misspelled his name. I know Final Fantasy X was pushed back a bit, but you couldn't have made a movie based on that world. Like, have a movie that's before the events of Final Fantasy X.
An area that we had previously overlooked.
That crater.
I can't explain it at the moment, but once we get down there, you will understand.
Doctor, that's a one-way trip.
On second thought, maybe not. This movie just reeks of direct-to-video video game movie, which is kind of unfortunate considering how this had a theatrical release. The photorealistic computer animation is honestly pretty good, especially at the time, and it kind of holds up in some spots. Other times though, it obviously looks dated. And this was the most expensive video game movie up until that crappy Prince of Persia movie. The movie went way over the original budget of what was rumored to have been about $70 million to a whopping $137 million, and it only made about $85 million, making it a commercial failure, and not only caused Square's own movie studio, Square Pictures, to dissolve after one movie, but this movie, along with the delay of Final Fantasy X, eventually did make Square itself have a substantial money loss, and that would later merge with Enix to form Square Enix in 2003. It is widely accepted that this movie is the reason why Square eventually went belly up, and while I don't think this is the main reason, this is definitely one of the many reasons. They had a lot banking on this being a success, even having Aki on Maxim's Hot 100 list, which is a feature on this disc for some reason. And they even wanted Aki to be the first computer-generated actress to have her star in multiple movies and different roles. And because of this movie, that's never going to happen. The director, Sakauchi, has also gone on record and stated that he's pleased with the final cut and wouldn't change anything given the chance. I personally would have made the movie good, but what do I know? I didn't make a company lose $52 million. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it would mean a lot if you liked and comment down below. It really helps me out in the algorithm. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, it'll give you notifications of when my next videos are posted. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys take care. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And also share this video across the internet. You have a game you want me to review? Why don't you put it down in the comment section? I might get to it. I also have a Twitter where I sometimes post updates, and a Twitch where I sometimes live stream. Thanks for watching.